What's happening, crypto crew? Sean's coming back at you with another cryptocurrency video. Before we get started, you guys know the routine. Go ahead and smash that like button and smash that subscribe button. It really helps with the growth of the channel and it really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Really appreciate all your support. With that, what are we talking about today? We're going to be looking at Ethereum. We're going to take a look at the market, and we have a couple updates for you on Twitter, and we also have a video from Raoul and his latest deep dive big picture on everything crypto. But before we get started, go to our Twitter, guys, at BitcoinBros26 and follow us. We're just crypto enthusiasts talking crypto every single day. And for those that don't know, we have our weekly polls. In this week's poll, will this bull cycle end in December of 2021? With Bitcoin topping in December and alts topping out in January of 22? Or are we having lengthening cycles? Right now, 78% of you think we're going to have lengthening cycles. Time's definitely ticking. So Bitcoin Bros will keep you updated on what our take is and if we're going to see a top in December or are we going to see a lengthening cycle. Right now, it seems that Q1, Q2 of 2022 is going to be sort of that target time frame of when we'll see that blow off cycle top. And looking at the market, guys, at the current time of this recording, the market cap is at $2.757 trillion with a Bitcoin dominance of 42.6 and Ethereum dominance of 19.6. And as you see, the market is back up to 1.98% over the past 24 hours. And what we're focusing on today, guys, is Ethereum. Ethereum's coming in at 45.75, up 1.82% over the past 24 hours. And 4.91% over the past 7 days at $539 billion market cap. Looking at Ethereum's price action on the charts, Ethereum's looking very bullish. We have this upwards trend that we've been forming since March of 2020 when we had the pandemic dump, and Ethereum has just been making a higher high, a higher high, higher high, and more higher highs, and we are just holding this upwards trend line. Going to the end of the year, this trend line right here is at about $5,300, but Ethereum, as you see, does make extensions from this trend line. We've made multiple extensions from the trend line, and you see right here we extended up about 261%, and then another time we extended up 111%. So meeting in the middle there, 260 to 111, you're looking at roughly 160% move. So if we do something like that from where we are right now, say we do 160% move from where we are, guys, that could take an extension up to about almost $11,000 or $12,000. We will show you some fibs in a later video, but let's look at some Ethereum news and see potentially what could be happening and get Raoul Paul's take on how high this cycle could go. An Ethereum futures ETF will be available before one that holds Bitcoin directly, and approval could come in the first quarter of 2022, Bloomberg analyst says. Bloomberg analyst believes that the first Ether futures-based ETF could launch in the first quarter of 2022, and while spot Bitcoin ETF is possible, continued opposition from the SEC makes it less likely. So guys, this is extremely bullish for Ethereum. We are seeing adoption amongst ourselves. Ethereum, Bitcoin already has an ETF. Is Ethereum next in line? That's definitely a possibility. Some Ethereum news on Twitter from Galaxy BTC. Bitcoin's going to pump. ETH's going to pump. Your S coin is probably going to pump. Be happy. We hope that you've packed your bags this cycle, guys, because we're about to take off. Carl from the Moon on Twitter. I'm very bullish on ETH and Bitcoin. And we are too, guys. We think that ETH and Bitcoin are about to melt faces in the next upcoming months. And Ethereum's probably going to be hitting at least 20,000. It's all dependent on how high Bitcoin goes. So remember that, guys. And what we have for you is Raoul Paul's latest on what his take is on where this cycle could go for ETH. Let's check out Raoul's thoughts.
I honestly think we're going to have a ridiculous year end. But here's the rub, is we've got different people, actors in the business now. So if you are BlackRock or you are Tudor and you have Bitcoin at end of year, if you are BlackRock, and let's say I'm right and Bitcoin goes up 4x into the end of the year or 3x, you are going to rebalance and sell some Bitcoin. If you are Tudor, you come into the end of the year, you want to lock in your gains because you get paid your annual performance fee in January, so you will probably flatten out your P&L. So what happens is we might see selling towards the end of December, which the market is going to go, the cycle's finished. Because everybody's kind of expecting a December end, because it was 2013 and 2017 where the Bitcoin cycle ended in December. However, I think the structure has changed. I think there's a couple of things going on that will elongate the cycle. One is everybody is onboarding. The more the price goes up, the more the institutions onboard. Institutions are weird beasts. They tend to operate quarterly. So you come into January, everybody's got approval is going to start onboarding and allocating January, February, March. So that sell-off from the rebalancing will be bought by the new institutions entering the space as they increase their allocations. Additionally, hedge funds have a brand new P&L January 1st. And what they like to do is put on risk. And this will be the bet that they'll put on. So my guess is we see more of that, and that drives prices further than we expect. I'm kind of thinking that is a probability, a reasonable probability, call it a 30-40% chance that Ethereum gets to 40,000 and Bitcoin, whether it gets to 300 or 400, I don't know. And there's even an up chance of more. I think we've got a spot ETF that comes in the middle of that, and probably an Ethereum ETF that comes. Then we've got the other big game in town, which is the fact that Ethereum has no supply. There's about 10 or 11% of all available Ethereum on exchanges. Everything else is locked away in smart contracts, cold storage, DeFi, NFTs, and then staking. Because everybody wants the ETH 2.0 to come, so everybody's staking their ETH for the yield. And that takes it off and locks it away until after that. And then that ETH comes onto the market gradually. So I think the cycle probably goes on till the summer. I think almost certainly till March, but possibly to the summer, which will give us higher prices and a different cycle structure than we've seen before. I could be wrong. I'm not betting the entire ranch on it, but that's how I think it plays out. And if I'm right about the network adoption, then these other layer ones like Solana, Terra, Avalanche, Cardano, and some of the others are going to be super explosive. But in a risk-reward basis, they're riskier. They're not as deep a network as Ethereum is. Ethereum, to me, remains the best bet in the world from a risk-adjusted standpoint. It may not do the most in price of all, but for a major asset, my guess is it gets pretty close to Bitcoin's market cap. So I think it probably, in the end, somewhere doubles in relative valuation versus Bitcoin. I don't think the market quite expects that, but maybe that kind of short period of the flippening would be the end of the cycle, when everybody punches the air, all the the Bitcoin guys get pissed off because Ethereum's outperformed, and then we get a larger correction. But anyway, that's how I see it.
So there you have it from Raoul Paul's latest on Ethereum. $40,000, guys. What do you think about this? Is this a probability? If you want some TA on this, just comment below and we'll give it to you. But let us know your thoughts on what Ethereum potentially could be doing for the rest of this cycle per Raoul Paul. He gives it a 30 to 40% chance of hitting that price target. Definitely bullish. And before you guys leave, don't forget to follow us on Twitter at BitcoinBros26 and vote in our latest poll. We have 4 days left. And with that, that's all I have for you today. Once again, I'm Sean with the Bitcoin Bros. If you guys like this content, go ahead and smash the like button. Also, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and show us some love. We appreciate the support. With that, that's all I have, and I'm out.